Hey everyone, it's Matt Anderson coming to you from Indianapolis. I'm back home with my family, just waiting out the decision of the league and what we're going to do moving forward with this season. During the time, I figured I would answer some questions from you guys and just give you a little update to what's going on in my life these days. So I think there's like 18 questions that we took, and I'll do my best to answer them as honest and as truthful as possible for you guys and give you as much detail going into it. So the first question is from @Veronica Bastianel, and she asks, what is the meaning of the tree I have tattooed on my left arm? So most of my tattoos are all have a meaning towards my family, and the tree is pretty simple and straightforward. It's for my entire family. You know, we branch out pretty far. We're a pretty big family, and we're pretty close, all of us. So we're twisted, we're all together, and we reach pretty damn far. So the next one is from Federico Berta, and he's asking, have you ever felt being unstoppable during a game? Most definitely. This is what most athletes try to find and strive for. It's called being in flow state, and flow state is exactly that. You feel like you're unstoppable. You can't do anything wrong. And although that's so few and far between, it's something we strive for every time, even in trainings. So it's something that we, in an attempt to try and get there, we resort back to our trainings and find comfort in that. And when we're not in those moments, when we don't feel like we're unstoppable, we feel like we almost can't make a point, we try and explore different parts of our game to help the team. And so, yes, I've definitely felt unstoppable, but it's not every day. Let's see, the next question from Dimitri3942. He's asking, how are you and your family going through these tough times? Well, much like in Italy, in America now, a lot of cities, states, and pretty much the country now are under kind of a self-quarantine, or a shelter in place is the terminology that the media is using, and the government. Our president, Donald Trump, just announced this morning that he's extending the not travel bans, but the intent to stay in until the end of April. So really similar to most countries in the world, I would assume right now, is that, you know, we're only going out when we have to. Luckily, me and my family, my fiance Jackie and our baby boy Jamie, we're safe here at our house, and we have quite a bit of land that we can go out and get some fresh air and not worry about running into anybody. Let's see, next question from @Gabri Coop. They ask, would you like to switch to a beach volleyball career once you're done with indoor? Short answer, no. I had the grand idea when I first started playing that beach volleyball would be a great retirement sport. But that's coming from an East Coast boy who played beach volleyball maybe 10, 15 times in all my life. I don't know what goes into this sport, and I'm only assuming it is extreme training. We train out in California with Team USA, and some of the beach players train in our gym as well, and they're pushing just as hard as we are, and they're training on the beach every day. It's a completely different sport. I mean, the idea of the sport is the same, you know, 3 contact, spike, serve, block, all that stuff, but it's a different game tactic, and it doesn't necessarily fit into my indoor game. So it would take a long time for me to be competitive in the sport, and I think by that time I would just be too old, you know, knock on wood, that I can play this game for a little bit longer. And then when I'm done, you know, I'm not sure exactly what I'll do career-wise, but I could always get into coaching, and I'm sure that there will be some type of volleyball involved in it, because it is such a big part of my life.